Good morning. Welcome to Math 122 Calculus section. Okay. So I will start about talking about some logistics. Okay. So the course have final exam. Okay. It might worth 80% or 70%. Okay. Depending on whether we give a final or not. If I give a final, then if I give a midterm, depending on whether I give a midterm or not, final will worth 80% or 70%. If I give a midterm, final will worth 70%. Okay, and the midterm exam will worth 10%. Okay, if I don't give a midterm, then final will worth 80%. Okay, I'll let you know whether I give a midterm or not when we come to that time. Okay, so then homework will worth 20% in either case. Okay, so this gives 100 and this gives 100, so it will be 80% for final and 20% for midterm. Or if I give a 20% for homework, if I give a midterm, 70 to final, 10% for midterm and 20% for homework. Okay, this is the grade distribution for homework and midterms and final. Okay, so whether I give a midterm or not depend on how much we cover by that time. Okay, if we cover enough material and we are going in a decent pace, I will give a midterm, but if we fall behind, I might not give a midterm. Okay, so then homework I will assign time to time. You have to submit them, do them by hand, submit to the math tutor room. Okay, so they will grade it for you. Okay, so last time I gave one midterm, so final was 70, midterm 10 and the homework 20%. Okay, this time also I expect to give a midterm, but I cannot guarantee. Let's see. Okay, so let's get into the subject now. Okay, so calculus, we talk about differentiation and integration, then we also talk about limits. Okay, that is very important because we use limits to build the derivatives, and then we using derivatives and limits you can build the integration. Okay, actually to define the integration we need the limits, but to do the integration we use derivatives. Okay, we will see that when the course but we will not talk about integration in this course. We will only talk up to differentiation. Okay, then we talk about also sequences in this class. Okay, so the first half we talk about limits, and then we talk about derivatives, and then we talk about sequence. Okay, so when we talk about sequence we use more proper mathematical definitions that is close to analysis. Okay, but for the first part we will use calculus definitions. Okay, so so you have already taken the logic class, so in college when we talk about math we concentrate on definitions and concepts. Okay, so here also calculus, how to differentiate and find the limit. Here we concentrate on the concepts. Okay, and try to explain why things work. Okay, So you have to concentrate on the concepts, okay, not just algorithms. That's important. So when we talk about limits and differentiation and also integration, we work on functions, no? So it's better to start by understanding what is a function, okay? So what comes to your mind when we talk about a function? Most of the time students tend to think of an equation, okay, like 2x plus 1 or five, okay, but there is more to a function, okay. So we will start by looking at what we mean by a function, okay. So in this section we will go through the definition of functions, okay. So we will go through a more proper definition of a function, okay. You will learn a better definition when you are taking analysis, but for this calculus purpose we will give a definition for a function, okay, a good definition for the purpose of calculus. Then we will look at piecewise defined function. Then we will talk about combining functions like addition, subtraction, division, and then we talk about inverse functions, okay, in this section, okay. So in the next video we will look at the definition of a function.